I just spent $6,500 on 2 Ryobi pallets. My goal is to double my money. My fear is that there's too many broken tools in here and I won't make my money back. Today, we're gonna find out if this was a gold mine or if I just spent $6,500 down the drain. This is a Ryobi Ridgid return pallet. These are typically store returns, meaning some of the items are brand new and some of the items might be completely fried. The other pallet seems like it's boxed tools. Most of them are going to be brand new, open box, but there still might be some that are completely fried. My strategies for these 2 pallets is to go through them carefully and list the working and better looking tools on Whatnot and sell the rest of the items that are ugly or non-working on eBay. We're aiming for a total sell-through value of over $8,000. But first, let's figure out how much we got in retail. All right, first item we got is the Sawzall. It is brushed, so it's a regular Ryobi Sawzall or reciprocating saw. This looks literally perfectly clean. I could almost consider this open box. Does it work? That's the sound of money. Next tool we got is this hybrid fan. It's both cordless or corded. If you want to throw in a cord, you don't have a battery. Oh, that doesn't sound pretty. Now that's trash. That's probably one of the most common problems we have on these fans when I get them, is that they legit don't work right. Or the fan, or the blade itself spun so many times it's already frayed off, or just ruined the whole blade itself. So this, trash. Ridgid. This is the SDS. I absolutely love when these are inside because they just speak money. And that just sounds perfect. Quality gun, even's got the tag on it. Literally looks open box. Maybe some minor marks on the side here, but this is still gonna go really well on eBay. Retail on this thing is up there. I believe it's somewhere between like $200. I don't generally know much of the retail on these tools because I don't ever sell them for retail. I just go based off of what eBay's got them for. So retail up here. All right, next few items we got are going to be these pneumatic guns. We've got both 18 gauge narrow crown staplers, another crown stapler, a brown brad nailer, and then also 16 gauge. This one's pretty dusty or drywall all over it. We'll see what happens. They should be okay. I got my compressor down there. I'll eventually test them, but not too bad. Especially having these. These aren't too bad, but they're not the biggest moneymaker. All right, next we've got a 5.5-inch circular saw. Probably the most common circular saw you're gonna get from Ryobi. I don't recommend them, but this one does look clean. And it sounds good. That's actually super important because if they don't sound good, it's not a good thing. But here's another dub. All right, and now a step up from the 5.5-inch, or a big step up, is the 7.5-inch saw. Sorry, 7.25. 7.25. This one's definitely dusty. It looks like it's been in a warehouse for 20 years. But still works. All right, next item, we got one of these tripod-ish hybrid lights. Hybrid, meaning battery or corded. I hope this works. This is a really nice bright light. These are the small clamp fans. This little spring looks like it's off just a little bit. I can fix this myself. Swivels, moves around. Probably the most exciting fan on the planet because it's also clamp if you wanted to. Put it up here if you really wanted to. But it's got 2 modes, a slow mode and a fast mode. This one works, but it's got a lot of vibration in it, which is not usually a good sign. This one works great. This one's gonna be nice. And this one seems like a trashy one too. So automatically, 2 out of the 3, 2 of them are trash, 1 of them is alright. But no worries, I actually just had These fans specifically, just a couple days ago, I made a listing on eBay with 6 of these that don't work, and it sold within a day. So even though these don't work, it's completely fine. Another fan. This one works great. Okay, so this is the misting fan. It's not only a fan, but it also shoots water. The fan works, and the motor sounds like it's pushing some water. Bucket of water, toss this side of it in. Let's turn on the fan, and will it mist? There you go. That's why they call it a misting fan. Ah, now everything's wet. It works. This is the high performance Sawzall. If you haven't seen one of these, you got the regular version, which is brushed, and then the high performance. The high performance is just better material, and also it's brushless, so brushless is better. Does this one work? It works. It's missing one of the pieces in the front, but it does work. We can maybe get this thing to work. Another brushed. That one does not sound pretty. Now there are a few corded tools on here. This is going to be the router, big router. Some of these are corded. The corded ones, they're not the most expensive items on this pallet, but they are money nonetheless. So you still got to test them, and you still got to list them in order to make your money back. So this one. It's a nice router. It looks pretty, but it doesn't work. This is a brad nailer. These are extremely nice. Why are these nice even though this one looks extremely ugly? This is where most of the money is on these brad nailers. These are, I forget, probably around 200 or 180 bucks. If I'm wrong, here's the number for it. But the really cool thing about these is these are really fast sellers. They're probably one of my fastest sellers. And you can see there that this one does work. Even though this thing looks like trash, it still works and it's still decent money. Here's another saw. The high performance saw. We've already watched one of these. Here's another fan, another misting fan, another hybrid fan, another misting fan, another rigid brad nailer, another 16 gauge rigid nailer. Here's something a little bit different. This is going to be the Ryobi drill. This is probably one of their basic lines for drill. It's brushed, works flawlessly. Another fan, another fan, another fan, and another clamp fan. Ooh, I see something in there that's good, high dollar value. I'm gonna wait to show you guys that one because that one's really nice. All right, so here's another interesting tool. This is the Ryobi 23 gauge pin nailer. This is the second edition, or the better model. Better. I hear a lot of complaints about this one, but to each their own. This one's pretty sweet. This one looks really clean. Let's find out if this one works. It lights up. That's a good step. You shot some nails, and I don't know where they went. Don't do that. Sometimes I forget that this pre-owned stuff, people put nails in and don't take them out and return them. But here, 23 gauge pin nailer. Alright, this is going to be the Ryobi speaker, or one of the many Ryobi speakers. Nice little handle here that you can hold on to. But I already see a really big problem. Right up in here, if you can see that, there ain't no way I'm going to put a battery in there right now. I'm going to have to try to fix that and see if that does the trick. Then I might be able to save it, but right now I can't even test this thing. Here's a really cool item. This is the Ridgid multi-tool. Not only the multi-tool, but the high-performance version. And not just the high-performance, it's the second edition, or the better edition of the high-performance. Let's find out. Quality. Alright, so Ryobi has a toothbrush. I'm just kidding, this ain't a toothbrush. This is a detail cleaner or detail scrubber. Plug in a battery. You could use it like a toothbrush. Being that it is a pre-owned pallet, a lot of the tools are going to look something like this, which is not pretty, but it does work. Which is a good thing because there's still a little bit of profit in it, but it is pretty ugly. But even the uglies people buy. This, now this is what I call a rare item. How is this in a return pallet? 2009, 2007, like what even is this? Have you seen this? There's no way that this used to be their speaker. No way. Alright, it powers on, changes channels a little bit, but man, this how does Home Depot accept these? I'm gonna see how much this is even worth on eBay. This might be gold. This really might be. I might even just keep this to put on my stand. Just put it up there and be like, yo, I got vintage. You don't. Alright, here's another 4-volt item. This is going to be the small misting fan. Really awesome little fan. The misting feature isn't the brightest on this thing. It's better for dry weather, I hear, not so much for humid weather. So if you live in a humid state like I do, this is not worth it. But apparently for the dry weather, this is good stuff. And again, another toothbrush. So this is the stapler. 18 gauge stapler. Way more solid. Lights up. And it fires. I'm telling you, I think I did pretty good on this pallet because boy is everything firing and is doing pretty good. Now this tool is called my friends, is a Ridgid speaker, job site speaker. Plugs in, does a fire up.
Power on.
Yes it does. Ridgid impact driver, brushless subcompact. Works. Ridgid corded bell sander, looks clean. Does it work? Oh yeah. This is the second edition single-handed Sawzall compact series, and it works. Quality stuff. Really nice. Not bad. For pre-owned, it's got some minor marks. This should go pretty well. On auction, people have been loving this one-handed. Big shop light or workbench light. Bright. Look at this thing. Quality stuff. Swivels, opens, hooks up. I mean, everything that was with it. Alright, this little thing is one of those little mattress blower up things. I just listed one the other day. It is missing one of the main pieces, but it might be in there, and I'll show you. Ryobi compact stapler. It's got this little bag in here. Oh. So, this is the little spring that goes into here. It works, but obviously this part is out, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to put this back in. Sometimes you get weird stuff. Ryobi brushed multi-tool. This one works. Really clean condition too. It's got a little bit of mark there, but again, this is gonna go pretty well for pre-owned, especially being this clean. Auction, these suck. On eBay, these don't do too bad. So eBay's probably gonna be the way to go on this. All right, and this isn't just a multi-tool. So this is a multi-tool head. It's removable, and this thing's called Ridgid. Oh, this is a Ryobi Job Max, so the head is replaceable. Lots of different options that you can put onto the inside, but really cool, vintage, and still very sought after. Even though it's 2016, it's still a tool that people absolutely want. How does this get into a pallet? This doesn't make sense. All right, this is like how I don't understand how this gets returned and accepted. 2008 mini 4-volt drill. So this is gonna go decently well, probably on eBay. As long as this thing works. It's got no power. I think I have the charger for it. I might be able to charge it up and see how this works, but really cool little drill. This is Ridgid right angle ratchet, right angle 3/8 ratchet. So let's unlock this. I'm telling you, I think I hit the jackpot on this one. Almost everything on here works. Really quality. The last one I sold on eBay was about 99 bucks. This thing is really nice. This is gonna go actually really well on Whatnot too, on auctions. This is really, I really wanted tool on auction. So I actually got 2 of these. All right, so that was only the pre-owned box or the pre-owned pallet. I actually have another pallet that's in front of this one. I'm just gonna quickly do a time-lapse video of how much items I got, and I'm gonna place them right behind me. And you guys will be able to see everything that comes in. And I'm gonna show you guys after the time-lapse what we got on the inside of them. But these ones, these are tools that are inside of the boxes. So quality, that it says it's the highest quality, but you never know, especially if the box is taped. There could be a lot of issues on them. But here's the pallet that has all the Ryobi box tools in it. I went through and counted every single one of them, and in this pallet specifically, there was 142 individual boxes. It's a lot of tools, and on this one, because they were boxed, it was just a lot easier to kind of count. The retail price of all of this, 142 boxes. The retail value of this specific pallet was $12,595. The real question is, how much are people going to be paying for these items? So many tools to unpack. Now with all these pre-owned items, I did not go through and calculate retail price of all of them because there are way too many different tools on here and it would take me all day just to do all the math. So I kind of gave a rough estimate of how much items there were, and I believe there's about 200 tools here. If the average retail price is about $65, then I have around $13,000 in retail just in this pallet alone. If you add both retail prices from the first pallet and the second pallet, it comes out to around $25,595. I am not even expecting to go half of that. I don't even think I'm gonna get 10,000 out of it. If I get around 8,500 out of it, meaning about $2,500 on top, I think that'll be not too bad. But we'll see. We'll see what ends up happening. All right, so the 2 biggest money makers in this pallet, or these 2 pallets, are these framing nail guns. These things are over $300 retail. Both of them work. And that is really rare to see. But both of these framing guns work, and that is a very good thing because this is where most of the money is. 320 something, 340 probably retail. And if you can even just get 50% from that, or 180 bucks, perfect. I mean, these are high quality stuff, and for both of them to work is, I'm telling you guys, that's just, it's a blessing. That doesn't happen always. It's a very rare occasion for both of them to always, or the ones that are there to work. Make sure you're subscribed, because in 2 weeks I'm gonna go through and give you guys a full breakdown of how much money I ended up profiting from all of this. And I'll give you the numbers of how much money I lost in the process. And tell me, do you think I break even? Let me know in the comments, and I hope to see you in 2 weeks. See ya.